artists and museums, it's at the same time a place of inspiration, a place of contemplation, a place of development, and at the same time a place where the artist can exhibit, test, showcase, and we're doing both. In a running museum, there is no 2 days the same way. I mean, we actually are running a lot because we have visitors from education, from delegation coming, or normal visitors. So we are very often in the galleries actually interacting with the public and with all types of visitors. And there is a lot of preparation. It's really a beautiful baby which requires an amount of managerial energy on a diversity of tasks, because this is at the same time a very complex building. So you have everything from the facility management to the architecture, the design, and at the same time it's the museum is a concept. So there is all the preparation of what we're going to say, what we're going to do. It may be with artworks, as you see here. It may be with programs. It may be with next exhibition. So we're always in the preparation of the things. And also, we are part of the social fabric. So part of our energy, part of my daily time is, of course, to make sure we are communicating the museum and we are reaching out. It can be marketing, it can be communication, but it's all about explaining what we do and what we are. So you can imagine from the very physical world to the digital world and interaction with people up to the conceptual world, the life of a museum director is a mix of all of this. The curation, and it started in 2007 when the intergovernmental agreement was signed between the two countries. And it took 10 years until 2017 to really get there with a concept, this total innovation, breaking the boundaries of departments, of specialization, to insist on the connection. So the curation, it's revised all the time. We have our curatorial team, and they are in this process of always finding new artworks through loans, through acquisition, through commissions, to keep on telling this connected history of humanity, using the chronological language, which you walk through time in the galleries, and finding objects that are significant. So you can have either objects that would be, let's say, fantastically representative of their culture, that will be epitomized of one culture at one given time, and the masterpieces are objects of relevance. And you could have also objects which are actually the opposite, object of contact, object of exchanges, reuse of material, transformation, mixed influence. And these objects are explaining how to civilization or to culture are influencing each other at a given time. I think the first thing that we do for artists in the region and artists of the world is to offer access to all culture and all type of art. So for an artist to develop their creativity, it requires a lot of understanding of the history of art, or where you are in the history of art. It also requires to know who you are and to understand your identity. And I think Louvre Abu Dhabi is one of the places where you can really reflect on your identity. So for the Arab artists, for the Emirati artists, when they come here, they will have the access at the same time, almost in the same showcases, to the long routes of the region. We're starting with these beautiful statues, two-head statue from Al Razain, from Jordan, one of the first representation of humanity, with these two twin faces, which are definitely from here. So you can understand your roots. When you go to the Marawa vase, you can understand as an Emirati the connection between the Gulf and the Mesopotamia, as the identity, religious identity, for the part of the identity which is linked to Islam. you will find in the Louvre Abu Dhabi masterpieces of the Islamic art, from beautiful Quran to some incredible representation of architecture, I think we have a few cats which are themselves in bronze, beautiful masterpieces of Islamic art. So you will get the elements that fuel your identity, that allow you to dialogue with the world. But also, we are a place of exhibition ourselves. So there is a room for the artists of the region in the galleries, here as an intervention. It can be, so our stronger program for that, I would say, is called Louvre Abu Dhabi Art Year, with the support of Richard Mille. And it's a yearly exhibition and competition with artists from the Gulf and other regions. This year is the Gulf and North Africa, but we're always exploring new territories. And we really give the opportunity to living artists working in the territories that we are working with to show their artworks in Louvre Abu Dhabi. The museums are places of trust and places of connection to the social fabric. So the way that for instance, diversity is the way that we are showcasing the diversity of the world, the tolerance, the interface, dialogue, the complexity of culture, and the fact that we exchange, that we're all connected. The capacity to show what we all share, I think, is extremely relevant, and that's how the museum plays a role. We also hosted many talks on sustainability, because we think we are this place of eco, where we can think on what the museum is, integrated into the environment and the social fabric. We also try to apply this, I would say, social responsibility to the way we work, to the way we are trying to, let's say, limit our energy consumption, or how to reuse, what makes sense as an investment. And the game changer that we are is worth the investment for the social part. We also need to be cautious on the sustainability part of it. So I think when you are trying to optimize your showcases, see how you can make your exhibition longer, we have, of course, certification to make sure that we are using correctly fluid energy and so on. So I think it's a constant responsibility for a team, an organism like us, and we're not alone. We're part of the Department of Culture and Tourism, so I think it's really important for the legacy to have all these, I don't like the word issue, but to these very important topics that are tackled in socially significant places. When we opened, the museum was exhibiting in the galleries, maybe 70% of artworks coming mainly from the French museums. So the Louvre, but all of them. You know, in Paris, you have the Louvre, but the room after the Louvre is Orsay. After Orsay, it is Centre Pompidou. If you want Asia, you need Guimet. If you want the whole non-Western world, you need Branly. If you want the Royal Collection, you need Versailles. If you want the maps, the coins, you need the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, etc., etc. So we had access to all these collections, which allowed us to tell the story of the world at a fantastic level from day one. But we were also growing the collection of Louvre Abu Dhabi, which is owned by the government of Abu Dhabi, part of the Department of Culture and Tourism. So this collection is the legacy of the Emirati, of the UAE. So this balance also between unbalanced, but now we invest. So now the relationship with the Louvre and with the French Museum is a different one. We need less artwork from them. We need them to be strong. We need them to be relevant. We need them to be to create also a curiosity and a change. So then the relationship with the French is part of the what is the essence of the Louvre? What are the pieces that are in the Louvre that would complement this story of the world and that could complement this network. The Louvre is an incredible museum in Paris. So now you need to say in Paris. So we have a dome, they have a beautiful pyramid, and they have a collection which is extremely rich. So how can they dialogue with us? What do they learn? What makes sense? How can these elements... we are also creating this moment of encounter of two artworks that are gathered in Louvre Abu Dhabi or going to the Louvre in Paris. So we have a long relationship with the Louvre. The name is there until 2047. It was 2037 and it was extended by 10 years. So it means that even if the volume is less important, we have this very intimate exchange platform with them.